Hello everybody, Chucklings 1000 here, reporting for duty, welcoming you back to another episode of Banjo-Tooie. In the last episode, we managed to get as much as we can done in Jolly Roger's Lagoon, and we are going to move on to going back to one of the previous worlds we have already visited. But before we do all of that, I want to make my way over the Spiral Mountain real quick to jump into this pool. You remember that boulder? Smash the boulder, there's a Jinjo for our trouble. Actually, speaking of which, how many Cheeto pages do we have currently? Wow, the animation of Banjo looks a bit... Ugh. Okay, we got 5 Cheeto pages, so we have enough for another cheat. So we might as well deposit the eggs. In fact, while I'm actually making my way to do certain things, a couple of things I will obviously mention. One of which is not really important, it's just like a general question conversation kind of thing. The other one is something about my luck. Because as we are all aware, my luck... Oh, hang on. So we actually got a new cheat here, the name of eggs, as a new reference towards the feathers and eggs cheat that we got in Banjo-Kazooie. So, anyway, February has literally been the luckiest month of my entire life. If you were like paying attention to all of the tweets I made on Twitter, just going on about all the shiny Pokemon that I have found this month alone. The fact that I was doing a Water-type Nuzlocke on Pokemon Scarlet, and I managed to find a shiny Psyduck and a shiny Goomy on one day, and then I also find the very next day a shiny Shelder. Then a few days after that I find a shiny Toxel, and then a couple of days after that I find a shiny Starly. So that marks 5 shinies coming up to the 8th of February. And then I went on to doing another Nuzlocke, this time on Legends Arceus, which didn't go well, by the way. But I did still find a shiny Wurmple, a shiny Alpha Tangrowth, and a shiny Drifloon in Legends Arceus. But on that same day when I caught the shiny Alpha Tangrowth, I also caught a shiny... well, not exactly caught, but more so on Pokemon TCG that you can play on your computer, which, by the way, Pokemon TCG will be no more on computer laptops, so just keep that as a heads up in mind. It will instead be known as, I think, Pokemon Live or something like that. I'm not 100% sure. But I opened up a pack that I won by doing a mission which was to defeat a certain number of Pokemon with a certain... Oh, hello. Well, we got a Jinjo over here. Is that Jinjo? No, it's not. That's not the Jinjo that we have yet to pick up in Jolly Roger's Lagoon. Alright. So that means that is obviously the Jinjo for... Oh, we actually see the name of the world. Grunty Industries. Yeah. So we actually know a world ahead of time. Grunty Industries. Right, anyway, as I was like saying, it's going to be changing from Pokemon TCG to something else. If you go to the official Pokemon website, like Pokemon Global Link or something, I think they will actually give you the full information about that. I'm not 100% sure. But I do get given emails from the Pokemon company giving me words ahead of something relating to Pokemon TCG, Pokemon Go, and all kinds of stuff, really. But yeah, I got a Radiant Steelix from opening up a pack, and Saturday I managed to find a shiny Murkrow, then a shiny Gyarados, then a shiny Veluza in less than 2 hours on the same day, which is the most luckiest I've ever been on that day, by the way. And now today, I found on Pokemon Go a shiny Arvon, which I was not expecting to get, by the way. So I thought, okay, that shiny Arvon was my 13th shiny, and I did not want to stick on the number 13 because that's a really unlucky number. So I decided to shiny hunt an Iron Jugulis, and I did eventually get it, marking it as my 14th shiny this month. And since today is the 28th of February, which means tomorrow will be the 1st of March. So, unless I find another shiny right now, which I can't be bothered to do. By the way, that's the last Jinjo for Jolly Roger's Lagoon. If I decided to shiny hunt another Pokemon to mark it as my 15th, I wouldn't actually know who I would legit want to hunt. Like, do I want to continue doing it on Scarlet and Violet because of the sandwich mechanic that boosts the odds of shiny Pokemon to show up, depending on a certain type? Or do I just hope for the best for a random one to show up on Sword and Shield? By the way, that passageway that you saw me take in the sunken ship took me all the way back to Glittergulch Mine, and in Glittergulch Mine, this Jinjo is the last Jinjo we've yet to pick up, and we've also got 4 Jiggies left to collect in Glittergulch Mine, which we're still not able to collect one of, but just keep that as a heads up in mind. I would recommend you to not take the pipeway back to Jolly Roger's Lagoon because it's not really worth your time. I would highly recommend you instead go to this warp pad, go to the world entry or exit, and then just make your way out. Unless you want to freely do some more stuff in Glittergulch Mine, but I would be best recommended to hold back. Because we're going to make a detour route back to Mayhem Temple, and then we will be unlocking the next world, because I am... Actually, wait. Do I want to? Because in Mayhem Temple, let me have a look real quick. We have all of the Jinjos, all of the Nodes, all the Jamjar's moves. There's still 1 Globo we have yet to pick up. There are 2 Cheeto pages, 2 empty honeycomb pieces, and 5 Jiggies. I think it is best recommended to hold off for now, because there will be a certain world that will be helpful for you that's linked to Mayhem Temple. Is it the world that we are unlocking right now? Somewhat, yes, but there is another world as well. So, challenge 5. You're probably thinking that this is Grunty Industries, right? No, it is not. Oh, heard a Minjo there. Nope, wrong one. So, this world, basically Grunty Industries, from what we saw a chamber that had water in it, that had a ginger in, and we also saw some machine that was depositing toxic waste inside that pool. So that obviously means Grunty Industries is dedicated towards machinery. That world looked all ancient-like. Like there was nothing but cliff walls where you could probably find fossils. And we also saw I think we also saw a caveman in that video clip of that challenge. But the next location is found in the wastelands of the Isle of Hag. And there is the entrance to World 5. You are indeed the chosen one. You also have enough Jiggies to attempt Jiggy Wiggy's Challenge 6. Barely enough. Alright, we may as well do that then. This world is the world that looks like it has nothing but machinery. This is Grunty Industries. It's hard to not avoid spoiling it because, to be honest, we kind of already have it figured out. Oh, wrong one. There we go. It's not easy controlling the hand sometimes. I got that one there, put that one there, that one there, and there we go. We have completed Jiggy Wiggy Challenge 6 and unlocked Grunty Industries. And it's in a location of the Isle of Hags known as the Quagmire. And there's a ginger on top of that building. And the dog gets put on that enemy's face. Every time I open that world, I see that happen. Right, we do not have enough Jiggies to attempt Challenge 7, which is the world that connects to Mayhem Temple that I was on about. Oh god, we need 36. So we need 7 Jiggies. Okay. Upping the ante here now. But yeah, World 7 is the world I was on about that is connected to the Mayhem Temple. That's what I was on about. So, since we have now unlocked an area to go to the wasteland, now it's best recommended to actually get all of the notes in the Isle of Hags. First and foremost, get the cliff climb to pick up this tremble clef, which is the only note collectible here. Next place you want to go to is the plateau. And there will be 2 notes on top of this signpost. That's if I can actually grab it. Oh, whoops. And then there will be a further 2 notes by the beehive that we saw when we were first introduced to Honey Bee. There we go. Right, next place we're going to go to... Let's have a look at the cliff top, briefly. I think there might be some at the cliff top, I'm not 100% sure. Oh, actually, yes, they are, It's in front of that place over there. So we'll just run along here. And obviously remember the globo on top of the building. So there's 4 more notes over here. We got claw climber boots. We'll climb up this and we'll pick up the globo. And, oh, actually, no, never mind. I was actually going to jump on the cliff for speedrunning tactics, but there's not actually going to be speedrunning tactics, because the shortcut is right here. Oh, damn it, wrong one. I didn't want to warp to the plateau, I wanted to warp to Pine Grove, but that's fine, we can just walk there. It's no problem. So we'll walk on over. And there are some notes over there in the log plume. That will bring us up to 470. And then in the water, there are 2 more down here. That will bring us up to 480. There we go. So now we can move on into this cave. And, oh, the cave is rattling inside another digger tunnel, which can only mean one thing. Yeah, it's Klungo again. Revenge-seeking minion. Oh no, not you again. Richard said Klungo must stop you or I get more beatings. We'll give you a beating too. No, Klungo win this time. Has new potion to try. You gotta pay very close attention to this, because as soon as he drinks this, he will turn invisible. Just immediately approach him like you do the first fight you do, and you would have no problem. Don't give him any time to move. There you go. He's that easy. If you were playing on the N64 version, compared to this version, this fight would have been the very first fight in the N64 version, and the very first fight in the N64 version... No. This fight on this version would be the very first fight in the N64 version, but on the N64 version, when you're doing this fight, you're doing the first boss fight you do on the 360 version. So they basically, the first fight of the N64 version and the second fight of the 360 version are the same, and then exactly the opposite way around for the other fight. So they basically like jumbled it up a bit. Like they mixed it up. I'm assuming it's to make it more easier, because who would actually think it would be easy to actually fight an invisible enemy as their very first boss? But we're obviously here in the Wastelands and we're getting ourselves a new move. The ultimate egg for you to hold, a clockwork bomb that's remote controlled. And the reason why it's ultimate is because of reasons I will explain when the time comes to use it. Get rid of you. If we head down through this ravine, well, it's not exactly a ravine, but it's more like a chasm. There's a world entry point over there. 2 notes. So 2 left to find. Q here to ride in the grey bubble elevator up to the clouds. That basically would tell you exactly how to get to that world. And yes, you did hear right. To go to the clouds, and we have a character that's waiting for us in the clouds in Canary Mary. And there we go. That's all of the notes. And oh, 2 Jinjos. Right, so this is kind of a situation. And that's why one of them was a Minjo. I was just about to look into the pause menu to see if any of them were part of a completed family already, and sure enough, none of them were complete. But anyway, that's a good stopping point for us. Next time on Banjo-Tooie, we're going to be exploring the next world in the ancient times. See you guys then.